Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, I tried. I really tried to somehow make the Carnival Mardi Gras cruise happen. So first off, let me thank everyone who sent me emails and comments telling me where I can get the test done, the PCR test done. It's a faster test. I did the same research myself. I found these places. Trouble is, I could not get it done in time to make the flight that I had already booked. My flight left at 11 and I got off the ship, say, at 8. That gives me a 3-hour window to get to a testing site, get to the test, get to the airport, which is an hour away, get to through the security. It was just too tight to make the flights. And when I called to change my flights, there were no more flights. They were going to cost me another $1,000. It would have been 4 or 5 days later. And I still was trying to make this work. I was still trying. Here's the plan that I had in place. Now quickly, before I tell you all the plans that I was trying to make just in order to take this cruise, let me just ask you, just hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. You'll be informed of all the cruise news, all the latest travel, more blogs, more travel, and it doesn't cost a thing. It really does help the channel out. It tells YouTube that people are watching and it shares it to more people, and I would really appreciate it. I was going to get off the ships, have my friends Tony and Jenny drop me off at Universal Studios Sapphire Falls Hotel, where I would have stayed there for 6 days. From there, on the last day, I would have went to the testing center, got my tests done. Then I would have took a train like Tony did for our Celebrity Edge cruise to Fort Lauderdale, stayed one night in Fort Lauderdale, and got on the Celebrity Edge for another week. And then that let me off on the 11th of September, which would have gave me, I only needed a quick test for this one, an antigen test, so it wouldn't have been the PCR test. Fingers crossed I would have got it. Either way, I could have got one fast enough to get on my flight anyway, later on in the day, at least I hope. But as I looked at the flights from Fort Lauderdale to get to Seattle, it was like all over the place, and all my flights were arriving around 8:30 to 10 o'clock at night. And my cruise is the next day. Which means if there's any problems whatsoever, and you saw the flight problems I had just trying to get back to Canada, and these were all multiple connections. There was only one flight that was a direct flight with Alaskan Airlines that would have got me there at like 10:30 at night. Would have been, if anything went wrong, means I missed my Alaska cruise. So, but I was looking at this, and I was ready to, in fact, I reinstated my Carnival Mardi Gras cruise. After I canceled it, and they said, okay, we'll send you your money back, I reinstated it. And I paid it again. I really did. I absolutely paid it again. And I said, I felt so bad about letting my friends Tony and Jenny down and all the other people who would be on the ship. When I sign in to make reservations for dinner or possibly buy like a specialty restaurant or something, and my dining times, it says, you have asked to dine with these 51 people. I didn't ask to dine with anybody. But apparently people knew we were on the ship, and oh yeah, we would love to be seated with them, and I imagine Tony and Jenny had the same thing. It was very flattering, but I don't know how they would get 50 of us at the same table. That would have been so much fun though, actually. Can you imagine it? Like if they just put all the tables in a big square, that would have been so cool. But I don't think they were going to do that. But then my friends Tony and Jenny said they have Jenny's a little worried and a little concerned, and I do not blame her. She has an underlying condition. And so you throw in the conditions, the spread rate now in Florida, the issues that Carnival was having on one of their ships with the Vista, and even on our ship, the Celebrity Edge, had at least 7 people test positive on it. Throw that into the facts that they started implementing the new testing getting on and the new mask policy again. It just became not as fun of cruise, and you don't want to be stressed. The worst thing to do when going on vacation is to have us stressed before even getting to your cruise ship. So for myself, my big stress would have been getting to Seattle. It's gonna be can I get to Seattle? One thing goes wrong and I miss that cruise. One little thing goes wrong, plus the extra expense. Not only am I having to stay at a hotel, but I would have enjoyed that. You know what? Because I haven't been to Universal Studios in forever. And I mean, I've been to Disney, haven't been to Universal. So I haven't seen the Harry Potter World area. I haven't seen the new Jurassic World ride that was there. I haven't seen any of this stuff. I have been there in like over 15, 20 years since I've been to Universal Studios. So I would have kind of enjoyed this. I would have been there by myself, a little bit of disappointment in that. I usually like to do that with my grandkids or my nephews or my son or even a friend who lives in Florida, but they won't be there. You know, they can't make it. They just went on a cruise with me. So she obviously can't come down for another week and miss work. So no, that wasn't going to happen. So I would be in Universal Studios. Even if I didn't go to Universal Studios, I would have been at a nice luxury resort. And beautiful grounds, beautiful pool area in Florida. I think I could have survived 6 days in that, and then back on the Celebrity Edge, which I did love. And I've been having some of my footage that I've had from the ship has been contaminated somehow. Something's wrong and it's not downloading properly. So I would have had a second chance to go on and film more stuff. So all this stuff was good. But when you start adding it up, it just became increasingly way too much money for something that I should have already had and already been paid for, if you know what I mean. Like, this should not, in order to go on the Carnival Mardi Gras, I should not have to spend triple what the cruise costs, in my opinion. But I was so trying to get this to work. I was like pouting to myself, pouting in front of the computer as I was canceling that cruise. And then I heard that my friends Tony and Jenny aren't going to be on the ship as well, that they had second guesses and decided not to go as well. So now I'm going, well, so that was one of the reasons I was going on the Mardi Gras. They wanted to share that experience with me, and I was going to be there for Tony's birthday and Jenny's first cruise back. So yeah, it just became way more expensive and way more of a hassle than it needed to be. And so I decided, yeah, even though I tried and I really wanted to go, I decided, no, I'm not going to do that. And I started looking at other cruises to do in the meantime. Think I'm going to stick to my guns and just live with going to the Alaska cruise. Make sure I can do that one properly. Let's just do one thing at a time. And maybe in the course of the next 20-some days between now and the Alaska cruise in September, things will calm down a little bit more and we'll have more of a precise things what's happening. Will the Canada-US border be open to Canadians? Will we need vaccine passports that Canada just announced? Will all these things happen? Will flights be more predictable and less volatile than they are right now? But believe me, I really, really tried. Well, I hope you appreciate this little video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. You want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.